On the night of May 14th, we sailed east from Athens to Priene, Turkey, arriving there on the morning of the 15th. Although there were earlier settlements called Priene on the banks of a river leading to the sea, the Priene that we visited today was established in the 4th century BC as a port city on the Bay of the Aegean, but higher above the river than the original settlements to prevent flooding. The ruins of the city are generally considered the most spectacular surviving example of an entire ancient Greek city, intact except for the ravages of time. Miletus was an ancient Greek city across the bay from Priene. Before the Persian invasion in the middle of the 6th century BC, Miletus was considered the greatest and wealthiest of Greek cities. Situated at the southern end of the sacred way from Miletus, Didyma was an ancient Greek sanctuary. Apollo was the main deity of the sanctuary of Didyma. It contained temples for the twins Apollo and Artemis, or Diana, as well as for other deities. The sanctuary was well known in antiquity because of the Oracle of Apollo, situated within the world's greatest temple for Apollo. On the night of May 15th, we set sail again, arriving on the morning of the 16th at the island of Santorini. We had the full day to explore this beautiful jewel of the Mediterranean, although it's actually in the South Aegean Sea. Santorini was the site of one of the largest volcanic eruptions in recorded history, the Minoan eruption, which occurred about 3,600 years ago. The eruption left a large caldera surrounded by volcanic ash deposits hundreds of meters deep. It may have led indirectly to the collapse of the Minoan civilization on the island of Crete through a gigantic tsunami. Another popular theory holds that the eruption was the source of the legend of Atlantis. It is the most active volcanic center in the South Aegean volcanic arc, though what remains today is chiefly a water-filled caldera. Santorini has been ranked the world's top island for many magazines and travel sites. An estimated 2 million tourists visit annually. It required 2 nights and an entire day for us to reach our next port of call, Messina, Sicily, arriving there on the morning of May 18th. Sicily is the largest island in the Mediterranean and the home of Mount Etna, the tallest active volcano in Europe. The earliest archaeological evidence of human activity on the island dates from as early as 12,000 BC. Sicily has held significant political importance throughout the centuries, and it has a rich and unique culture, especially with regard to the arts, music, literature, cuisine, and architecture. It is also home to important archaeological and ancient sites. We unfortunately saw only a small area of the island, but it was a great introduction, and I would like to go back there someday. On the morning of May 19th, we docked at Naples, Italy, and drove down the Amalfi coastline to the ancient city of Pompeii. Pompeii was an ancient Roman city, which, along with neighboring Herculaneum and many villas in the surrounding area, was buried under 4 to 6 meters of volcanic ash and pumice in the eruption of Mount Vesuvius in AD 79. Largely preserved under the ash, the excavated city offers a unique snapshot of Roman life, frozen at the moment it was buried, and providing an extraordinarily detailed insight into the everyday life of its inhabitants. Organic remains, including human bodies, were entombed in the ash and decayed away, making natural moles, and excavators used these to make plaster casts, unique and often gruesome figures from the last minutes of the catastrophe. Leaving Pompeii, we drove down the very picturesque Amalfi Coast to Sorrento for lunch and a visit to a local, very expensive furniture shop. We really didn't see anything else there, and then drove back up the Amalfi Coast to Naples and to the ship.